The first time I got raped,
Oh God.
I look like I'm coming from church. Yeah, I can talk about it now. Honestly, it took a while to be able to say that without flinching.
Wagwan people, who wanna deal with? Hope everybody doing good on a Sunday evening. Yeah? Respect for tuning into another video. Here on the agenda today we have Tanya Stevens speaking about how she was violated at the age of 17. Yeah, people, and him say, oh, a popular dancehall artist do it, so I know now want you wagwan. So we have Vybz Kartel, and make we know say, oh, while there were no action on his page, he was busy doing all type of work, building his legacy and his mental. You see it? Yeah, man. So we are getting to them stories there. But make sure you stay tuned. Please, me begging you to click the like button, yeah, man. So you can help out the video. You see it? Follow us on Instagram at Dancehall Agenda. So first we are getting to a Vybz Kartel, I have to say. And then we make you hear what Tanya Stevens have to say, how she basically explain how it happened. You see it? Yeah. So Vybz Kartel took to his Instagram to write this. Just buy a bigger house for my parents on the hill since month. Transfer 2 properties in my son's name for him 18th birthday and buy him 8.9 acres areas of land for celebrate him daughter. Sorry, for celebrate him son was born this month as well, which is Vybz Kartel grandson. My daughter did maths and biology in CSEC this year, and no matter the result, I am so proud of her because she's just 14-year-old youth. That's tremendous. And then him went on. Me stronger than ever mentally and physically after them think me I go mash up. Celebrating vanity with a little sarcasm, no. And my blessings me account. Big up the supporters them and a special big up to me haters them. Both of you doing great job to motivate unstoppable me. From humble beginnings, but the legacy continues. When I look at where I'm coming from, the Lila Ike song, big song. Yeah, I needed to share that song with the post just the same. So Vybz Kartel I make you know say yo, right now I'm just account blessings. Yeah, people probably think say yo, trim the way him there. Him think stall, him think stuck. No, him a make big moves. Him a make sure say yo, him set him thing. So after him gone, generation after generation can benefit from the lifetime of work we him do, and it's a good look. I like it. Is it? This should be a big motivation for the youth them, no matter the situation you're in and no matter where you're there. Once you have life, anything is possible. You see it? Yeah, man. So people, leaving a thoughts opinion in the comment section. Right now, I'm making a hear what Tanya Stevens have to say, how she explained what transpired when the dancehall artist violated her privacy. Is it? Yeah, man. I'll let me know the thoughts in the comment section just to see him. I'm out.
The first time I got raped,
Oh God.
I look like I'm coming from church. Yeah, I can talk about it now. Honestly, it took a while to be able to say that without flinching.
Oh.
And it was somebody I trusted. It's not it wasn't strangers who hurt me. This is somebody I trusted. So I was just coming in the music business. And I was coming from the country, moved to Kingston. I was brought to my sister's house first as a babysitter for her daughter, my niece. And in the process of babysitting, she ended up sending me to a fashion design school in Hertfordshire in Kingston. And I would go to school in the morning. I drop my niece at her school, and then I go to my school 3 days a week, and then I go back to my niece's school and wait until her school is over, and then I bring her home. And I started on the mornings that I didn't have school, because it was only three days per week school. I started searching around for a studio to go to. This is when I was just trying to break into the industry. And I found one at the top of Maxfield Avenue in Kingston, near Hertfordshire. New Name Music, Kester Brown Studio. Miss Dawn Henry was there at the time. And I started going there. Now, there was one artist there. Now, at the time, there were 3 big artists, really huge artists in Jamaica. Shabba Ranks was the king. Patra was the queen. She was next to Shabba. And then there was another guy next in line. And he became my mentor. He became my mentor, and he used to call me his little sister, and I believed it. I really believed it. So at one point when I turned 17, my big sister, who I was living with, said she didn't realize I was that young. She thought I was like turning 20 or something. So turning 17 meant I couldn't go to the studio anymore. I was devastated because that was the only thing that in my life that was actually good.
Right.
And I went to the studio one last time and I told them, like, listen, I can't come anymore. My sister has forbidden me. This is it for me, guys. It was really nice. And my mentor said, no, man, you want me to come talk to her? And I'm like, you would? No, my sister, my auntie, every woman in my family loved him. So I was like, yo, surely if him come and talk for me, my good.
Yeah.
My mouth good. So he said, yeah, man, of course, we'll come and talk to your sister. I'm like, oh, cool. So that evening, he brought me home and he sat and he talked to my sister. And he took responsibility for me. As she said, she didn't think it was safe for a young girl my age to be out, which is it is a good concern, and I appreciate it.
Mm.
And he took responsibility, and she trusted him, and she gave me permission based on his taking responsibility. Shannon, her ass. When that man first of all, he never made an advance. He only spoke of me as his little sister. He never made an advance, never, not once. And I say that many times to reinforce the fact that there's no indication that there was any thought of that in his mind.
Yeah.
So he was moving house. At the time, I was fresh from the country. I don't know Kingston. I didn't know the geography of Kingston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is me just talking about how easily we accommodate rape culture in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So he was moving house. And I'm fresh from the country. I've never been a dunce. I wouldn't say I'm exactly naive, but I was ignorant of some ways of people. And like he'd done many times before, he offered me a ride home. So on the ride home, then he said he had to drop by his new place. Everybody knew he was moving. And he said he wanted to stop by his new place real quick and drop off something. Now, if I had known the geography of Kingston, I would have known something was wrong. Because my home was on the way to his new place. This is what I realized afterwards when I got to know Kingston well. So he said he wanted to drop it. And I was like, sure, why not? Why would I say no to you stopping along the way to drop off something at your place when this is your car and your ride? So he was going to stop by his place, right?
Uh-huh.
To drop off something at his new place that he's setting up. And he drives to the place and he stopped outside of it. It's kind of like I've not been able to go back there to look. Because psychologically I just couldn't handle it. But it's kind of like it looked like a cross between a townhouse and an apartment building. And he stopped outside of it on the curb. And I was sitting in the car and he jumped out and he started to run toward the building. And then he stopped and he looked like he was thinking and then he came back and he said, so you don't want to check out the place? And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, man, come check out the place and you can give me some pointers and tell me what you think and what we can do with the place and stuff like. Come in, man. And I was like, oh, cool. This made me feel valid because I really was his little sister. I was a part of his process and he wanted my opinion on his place. And I was like, cool. I can't lie. I was impressed. I was affected because it felt like, yeah, this person actually saw me as an equal, as a part of his circle.
Yeah.
And I went. On the outside, at the landing in front of his door, there were some people. See, there's a balcony, a little railing. So some steps going all the way up the building, and on the landing in front of his door, there were some people. I can't tell how many people, maybe about four people. There was a woman there too. And I said, good afternoon, and we went in the door. When we went inside of the door, he locked the door. And that made me kind of pause a little bit. I was like, well, but then I thought to myself, oh, Kingston, you know them still pure criminal.
Right.
Pure criminal. So he locked the door and then he started to show me around. Girl, when we reach the bedroom, it's a full-on assault. Full assault. When I see this man speaking up, and when I see Jamaica big him up sometimes and they act like he's such an upstanding citizen, oh, he's a Christian man, he's a nice guy, I go bonkers. Because you see, no matter what nobody tells me, I know my experience. I was there, he was there. He knows my experience. We know what happened. Child, me defend myself. I was about 95 pounds. It's a big diesel, man. Thick, so some muscle, nobody fat. And when him start beat me decide, all right, you know have to beat me. Me give up. Me a ball for help, you know. I scream for help, me ball for rape. People there outside the door. You see when me scream and ball for rape and me no hear nobody answer. Me just stop. Because what me I do, wait until he kill me. Me I get real licks. So me stop fight. Me stop fight. And that continued for hours. For hours. I was locked inside of his new place that he was moving into and just violated for hours. And when him done, him hold me and lead me to the bathroom, put me in a shower himself and bathe me. No evidence, no left. Me get a proper scrub. Proper scrub. Who me did I go report him to? Remember me come there voluntarily, you know? Remember me ball for help and me ball for rape and nobody not sign up. So who me da report him to and who was gonna be my witness? Remember this is a man who is adored by the 14 parishes and the diaspora. Who may I report him to? Me I want upcoming artist. You hear what them say about the girl them are going near Big Bill Cosby? So who may I report him to? Me an idiot. Now let me tell you the dialogue I had going into that experience. My big sister was a senior teacher at Ocherest High School and I used to live with her. And I used to hang around her and the other teachers. And one of her co-workers was the daughter of a judge, a magistrate. And I heard her say to the other woman, her daddy told her and her sister, if they got raped, do not go to the police, come to him. Because if they go through the system, they're going to be raped repeatedly by the system. That was the one dialogue I had in my head of reporting rape. I would never go to the police. Not with that in my head. And that was a judge. So I went home. I went home with the conversation. Now listen, when he finished and he made me bathe, you know, and put me in one big t-shirt, his t-shirt, I had on a big old t-shirt. And I was just sitting in a corner, hug my knee and just a ball. My ball until no tears now come like me dry. And he asked if I wanted to go home and I said no, because me never want to leave out until night. Me never want nobody see me face. Like I felt dirty. I felt ashamed. I felt guilty. I felt like shit. And I knew that people were there when I went in. And I was hoping that they couldn't remember my face. And if I came out in the darkness, they wouldn't be there. And nobody would see me and I could just go home in anonymity. When I went home, I went to the shower again. And I showered. I don't have no evidence. I don't have nothing. Who may I go to? But poor. And I went voluntarily. This is why sometimes you see me fight, me argue with people. I'm a fight violent with people where speak out of the because they don't know. They sit over there in judgment and they speak on these girls and they don't know. You don't know what I feel like. You know what I feel like when I go home? Remember now, me live with a judgmental sister. I come from a judgmental family. I come from a family where I should have got college, although them have no money to pay for college. My family would have preferred that I went to college and indebted myself with a student loan than pursue my passion. And they made it very clear. Them tell me say I turn prof, me a what list now. And some said iron balloon. I would never bust, so go get a real job. I couldn't go to them and tell them that I went to the studio and got raped. Could I? How would I broach that conversation with some people who already said that was what was waiting for me at the studio? So now may I come back and say you did right. Which meant I couldn't go to the studio anymore. And the studio didn't do anything to me. One man did. Studio never do nothing to me at all. One monster did. And him do it repeatedly and people protect him.
Did you ever tell anybody?
I tried. But every time I brought it up, it just was never convenient to the people around me. People around me had much more important problems to deal with. important problem like a coworker who keeps talking shit about me and I'm not looking. Stuff like that. I had to sit and listen to complaints about petty, stupid shit all day, every day from other people. I wanted to talk about it. I could not. I simply could not. So, let me tell you, further than that, I ended up back in the country at my mother's house, and I was trying to break into music just the same because I felt like, you know what, I'm not going to allow this to deter me. No more than ever, I have a reason to do this. And so I was back in the country, and in the country there are less opportunities to sing. In the city, I could go to the studios and record. In the country, we never had no studio. So I was singing on sound systems. I went to dances, and I hope to get in via that route. And I was kind of like a local celebrity in St. Mary, the parish I'm from. When I started getting put on posters, I was like, yeah, all right, girl, I'll come.